you have ever purchased a home before or applied for a mortgage, you may have heard the term points. Today, we're going to cover some of the basic information on just what exactly a point is and why you may or may not want to purchase one. Before we begin, it's important to understand the difference between points and origination fees. An origination fee, which is charged in points, is generally a fee the lender will charge for working on and processing the loan. Discount points, which is what we will be focusing on today, are fees the lender will charge to lower the interest rate on the loan. Now that we have defined a discount point, let's take a closer look at what that is. Discount points are designed to pay interest upfront at closing. By purchasing points, it will also lower your monthly payment. Keep in mind, 1 point usually costs 1% of the loan. Let's go over a simple calculation to find the cost of 1 point. In this example, let's assume the loan amount for your new home is $100,000. To calculate the cost of 1 point, multiply it by 1% or 0.01, which equals $1,000. In other words, an additional $1,000 up front will reduce your interest by 1/8% or 0.125%. There are different ways to look at points and if they are worth it. Like in any decision, it comes back to the basics of the benefits versus the cost. The most common way to weigh these two factors when it comes to the points is known as payback period. Payback period is the amount of time it takes to pay back the exact same amount you initially paid for the points. There are 4 steps in calculating the payback period. Step 1 is calculating your monthly payment without the discount points. Next, calculate what the monthly payment would be if you purchased the points. To find the difference, subtract the 2 payments. The final step is to divide the total cost of points by the monthly savings. This will give you the number of months it will take to make the difference up from the cost. Let's go over the calculation we discovered. First, we will assume our loan is still $100,000. We will also assume that we were offered the option to buy 2 points on our 7% 30-year mortgage. In our example, the monthly payment without the points is $665.30. Our monthly payment with the points is $656.93. Now we will subtract these two to find our monthly savings. Now that we know how to calculate the cost of loan points, we also know that the total cost of our points is $2,000. We then divide this by our savings to get 119.76, or about 120 months. After all of our calculations, we can now decide if it's worth it. The first thing to consider is if you have extra money to pay up front. If you do, you can lower your monthly payments by purchasing points. Lower payments are good, but there's still another factor to consider. That's our payback period. If you plan on living in your home for longer than the payback period, you may save money in the long run. Also, the longer you stay in your home, the more savings you will experience. In our example, we would save $200 a year or $6,000 over the length of our mortgage.